Hey everybody, welcome to One Life on a Sunday evening at 8 o'clock. Now, I have got to say, Spencer Ezell, I am not very happy with you, young man. 8 o'clock on a Sunday, you have got me up out of my bed, and I am now having to do One Life on a Sunday evening. Nah, do you know what? It's only 8 o'clock. I don't go to bed that early. Well,
hey, I'm on Tennessee time. I apologize.
Oh, don't you apologize. I'm used to it. You know, musicians' life, we don't sleep, do we? I don't know about you, Spencer.
No, sleep is overrated. We don't need to sleep. It's fine.
We don't need sleep. It's so overrated.
That's why they make coffee.
Exactly. And I'll tell you what, I'll drink to that. I have my coffee tonight. I'll drink to that. Anyway, everybody, welcome to One Life. How are we this evening? In the UK, quick message for everybody. I don't know about you, but over in sunny Torbay, it's not so sunny tonight. We've got the rain, and we've also got a storm, and we've also got thunder and lightning. So if the thunder and lightning does strike at any point, we may lose a bit of service this evening. But service will be regained quite quickly because it's typical UK. It rains and rains and rains, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it's gone. You know, I know some parts of the UK this evening. I know in Ireland, I know in Scotland, and even in sunny Cornwall, they're actually having it really bad this evening. So all those who are in really bad affected areas, I really do hope that you are safe. You're keeping yourself safe and warm, and you're listening to One Life. You're not getting in that car and going out, okay? Listen to One Life. Listen to Spencer's music because it'll keep you nice and warm, okay?
Meanwhile, in Tennessee, there were 6 inches of snow last week, and it's going to be 60 degrees here. So, yeah.
Oh my God. You have really weird weather in Tennessee because, like, every time I speak to people, it's like, oh, yeah, hey, just let you know, it's nice and sunny over here, and we're all sweating. And I'm like, shush, I've got rain, and I'm freezing cold, and I'm sitting on my blanket while I'm interviewing you. And then all of a sudden, it's like, yeah, we've got a bit of snow. And I'm like, yeah.
Hey, you know what they say about Tennessee weather? If you don't like it, wait 10 minutes. It'll change.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you don't like it, just drink a line of Tennessee whiskey because it'll keep you warm anyway.
Right, correct. Yeah.
That's correct. My sister lives over there. She's been over there for 20 years, so I know all about Tennessee whiskey. But I also know about the music. You know, everybody asks AJ, why is he coming to America? I've been wanting to go there since I was a kid. That's every musician's dream, to come over to Tennessee and rock out in Tennessee. You know, I really hope I make it this year because there'll be nothing like it, especially in the National Singer-Songwriters Association Award Show. It looks immense this year. Spencer over here, I'll tell you what, I've put my nomination form in, and I'll tell you what, compared to his, it looks about that big. Spencer, how many nominations you up for this year?
I think about 6 or 7.
Yeah, I was going to say,
yeah,
the list goes on, doesn't it? And we will talk about that in the show, but, you know, there's a lot to get through when it comes to your nominations, isn't there? Congratulations, you know, and to all our artists who are going to the International Singer-Songwriters Association. We've got a date, did you see? 23rd of August. We can book our tickets.
I will be there. I'll be waiting for you at the airport.
Yeah, you can come pick me up, mate. I ain't got a clue where I'm going, so I need all the artists in one line.
I'll be there holding the sign. You know, Adrian,
AJ over here. Anyway, the start of the show is literally we do start. I said to Spencer, I said, look, we talk about One Life, we talk about what we're up to. So I tell you what, I'm feeling quite sad. It's the last week, and where has this month gone? It's the last week of the Tim DeBoer Foundation. You have been absolutely amazing indie artists. You have really got behind this foundation. A Major Resolve is coming on the show this week to say thank you to you all because, you know, you've been absolutely amazing. Every time we've done a show, those like little bits of money and awareness and talks about the Tim DeBoer Foundation have been going on all month. And, you know, it really does show family and community support from all of our artists and their families and their fans. And, you know, even with your Spencer today, you know, the vibe that I got, you know, it's like, oh, I love the Tim DeBoer Foundation. I love Tim and his wife. I love what they do. And that's just what it's all about. It's actually to raise awareness. You know, we all say about the donations to each and every one of the charities that we support. Those families, those kids, they need those donations because they are charities. They need our money. They need our support. But at the end of the day, it's actually knowing about how those children are getting on and how they're being supported, you know, and it's been lovely. It's been lovely to watch. I've loved watching the videos. Tim, I know you're a very busy man, okay? But if you ever do watch one of these shows, from my heart to yours, you know, I'm so honored to be able to support your great foundation. It's been an absolute honor. And I know I've got one more week of your foundation. And I'm actually going to be really sad when I say goodbye on Friday, but I will be welcoming a brand new charity of the month, which one of our artists will get to pick. So on Friday's show, remember, come and join us, everybody. It's a big show because we will be finding out who the new charity will be. And if it's anything like this month's, it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be great. So anyway, in relation to One Life, the search for new talented artists is still out there, and February does bring us a new month. Already signed up in February, we've got 8 great indie artists, but we want more. So if you're an indie artist or you're a band, please contact One Life, and you can sit in the hot seat like Spencer. You can sit in the hot seat and basically give us your interview, give us your music journey, tell us about your charities, and also let's listen to that great music that you're sending in. Okay, so please send it in and we'll set up an interview with you live, just like Spencer is tonight. In relation to reviews, International Singer-Songwriters Association, right, I need your help, everybody. Those awards I have seen, I don't know about you, Spencer, I've seen how many people are going this year. And I think it's going to be absolutely massive compared to last year. And there's so many nominations.
Yeah, I think it's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow for sure.
It is.
It's a great organization.
So what it is, One Life needs your help, okay? If we're going to win, if we're going to come away with a medal, okay, with a prize, okay, One Life needs your help. So what I'm asking you from now on, it's almost a bit of a song, I know, but a song that's Greatest Showman, wasn't it? From now on, I am asking you out there, time to get those reviews. Tell us what you think about One Life, okay? Tell us what you think about the shows. Tell us what you think about us artists, okay? And tell us basically why you think One Life team should come home back to the UK with a medal to say, do you know what? We deserve it. Because this isn't about me. It's about you as a family. It is One Life family. I'm going out there. Yes, I did put on there that I wanted to go out there just for myself. Okay, because it was a dream to go to America. We've lost Spencer, so I'm going to carry on talking. Okay, but also it is about you at One Life. Okay, so while we try and find Spencer, he's got a bit of a ghost thing going on this evening. We will find him eventually. Here he comes. Is he going to come back out? I will carry on talking. Okay. So in relation to One Life, we are going to be speaking to Spencer this evening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a couple of videos of the Tim Tabell Foundation this evening while we work out where Spencer's gone. He's gone into the darkness this evening. Okay, we have got Thunder, which has just come over the UK this evening, but we were not going to let that ruin us. We are going to do the show this evening. Okay, and we are going to get him back. I'm going to remove him from this one because he's back. Hi, Spencer.
I'm back.
2 seconds. You're back. I got just let me kick you from the studio on this one, and then put you back on there. There you go. You're all back. Right. Okay. You didn't miss much. Basically, you just missed me waffling on.
Well, like you said, we had some technical difficulties tonight, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it through.
Do you know what? This is what I love about live, and I'll tell you what, everybody out there, I never give up. I never ever give up. I'll tell you what, Thunder and Lightning, bring it on, because at the end of the day, we will still put those messages out there of the Tim Tabell Foundation. We will still raise money, and we will still be One Life family, because at the end of the day, it doesn't finish here. We will carry on for as long as we need to carry on. Anyway, we will get into Spencer, the moment of truth, where we get to speak and spend some time with the Tim Tabell Foundation and have a little bit of a video. So Tim Tabell Foundation has basically got an award show themselves coming up very, very soon. It's called Night to Shine. And basically, it celebrates all of the children who are part of the Tim Tabell Foundation. And it's their night to shine. It's to celebrate their journey where they are now, the families who they're with, and basically give them some time to be honored, to basically, because the fact that they're children and families who have gone through a lot, but also they've gone through a period of time in their lives where they've changed and they're able to celebrate with their new family, new education, new time of life. You know, I've watched this video, everybody. The smiles on these kids' face is absolutely magical. So I know it's Sunday evening. I was going to give you something really difficult to watch this evening, but actually, no, I want to bring a smile to your face, okay? So the Night to Shine, it is coming up in 2025, in the next couple of months, okay? Go onto the Tim Tabell Foundation, find out a bit more about it, but I'm going to show you about what last year's was really like, okay? So time to grab a coffee, Spencer, and then we get on with your interview, young man, okay?
Okay.
Just going to go behind the scenes. Hopefully we don't lose you again. Here we go.
1 in 4 people in the United States live with a disability. It's important for the church to reach out to that group because honestly, we're not doing a great job of that as the church as a whole.
Most people with special needs in their families do not attend church. They have been exposed to people that tell them no and don't want them around.
You know, we're supposed to be the hands and feet of Jesus here, and we should show people that they are welcome and that their burdens are our burdens.
When I go down the red carpet, Adam is the king of prom.
I say every year, next to Christmas Eve, this is probably my favorite night of the year. It's like a taste of heaven to me. We've got all ages, people from all walks of life. It's just one of those nights that is just so special. And you know that this is what the church is supposed to be about.
I'm there to celebrate the kings and queens, and that's the only point. It's a beautiful day.
As a small church, this gives us such an opportunity to leverage a larger impact that we could never do on our own.
Regardless of their abilities or disabilities, it's a night to just recognize that God has done some really creative and wonderful things with people on this earth.
Why is Night to Shine important to you?
I feel special, confident, love.
I feel like Night to Shine gives me and other people who are differently able to celebrate their differences.
One of the coolest things about Night to Shine is obviously you're serving children and adults, you know, with disability and giving them a place to feel valued and worth, right? But the impact that it has on the greater community, both those who are involved and volunteer, and even just people watching from a distance.
It is our honor to serve this community the way that they should be served, the way that they don't get served. That's what I love when I hear that promise multiplying around the world in places that I'll never go. It's connecting us to one another, and that what is being done here is being done in the most remote places, and it's just such a beautiful thing.
My prayer for people living with disabilities in our sphere of influence is that they know they're loved by God, and that they're loved by the people around them too, and that we see them, we care for them, we see people with disabilities as equals, not less than, and God, more importantly, sees them as his children and equals as his children.
Okay, everyone, the Night to Shine celebrations. Just want to give a bit of an apology to Tim Tabell Foundation. In relation to Night to Shine, it is about the disabled community in terms of their Night to Shine. You know, one of the things that I find fascinating about the Tim Tabell Foundation is their coverage of support to people around the world. You know, we go into extremely serious concepts of child sexual exploitation and trafficking that we have done this month, and also disabled community. And I just find an association that can cover such a vast amount of support to children and adults, you know, with disabilities, and also in those communities that they do. But between him and his wife, oh my God, they give so much support. And I want to say thank you to Tim Tabell Foundation, because every video that you have shown me has made me closer to your foundation, but also thankful that you have supported so many people and you continue to do so. But Spencer, I really want to get on that first subject, because I have disabled children myself in my family. but also very close to me. And that first comment was quite a shock when I watched that video. Now, Spencer, in terms of your outside music role, in terms of being part of the church, is that an issue? Do disabled people really find it that difficult to go to church?
Well, one of the wonderful things about the church that I serve at, there is a special college where differently abled children, and I say children, it's more so high school age or young adults. They attend there, and it gives them the special teaching and stuff that they need. But we actually have a bus ministry, and we will go pick them up at that school and bring them to church. And we've had several of them baptized.
We're just losing Spencer. We are losing ourselves this evening. It's going to be one of those nights, Spencer. Okay, keep going, Spencer. Keep going. Keep talking.
Yeah, but like I said, we have a bus ministry, so we'll actually go to this school and pick the young adults and the children up to bring them to church. And we've had several that are baptized. They love being there. They love the music. They love the fellowship. We actually had a meal after church today, and they all joined us. So, yeah, it can definitely be challenging for sure. And I'm thankful that we do have a ministry where we can actually go get them and bring them to church.
Fantastic. I wanted to end that comment because I think at the end of the day, everybody's welcome in church. And I know that comment was made at that video because I think they're talking about all types of different churches. And I think the biggest thing is at the end of the day, I see it myself with disability. We still live in a world where there's, people who won't accept people for who they are. There will be things which are made hard for disabled people in relation to the challenges they have each day. Even if it's just crossing the road and may not be a ramp, there's so many challenges for disabled people. But at the end of the day, it is about embracing them. And I tell you what, for all of the disabled people around the world, you're always welcome here at One Life. We'll always embrace you, and you'll always be part of us. We did have the Danny's Awards in November for all the disabled community, and I'd recommend anybody, if you really want to see some amazing disabled musicians, go back to November, watch some of the videos from November, and have a look at the foundation in November because they're absolutely magical. I'll tell you what, the musicians are absolutely very talented as well. So in relation to One Life this evening, we have got Spencer Ezell, who is going to try and stay with us this evening as best as he can with all of this technological difficulties that we're going to be faced with this evening. Welcome, Spencer. This is the first time that you've graced our stages here at One Life over in Tennessee. How are we doing this evening? Are we okay?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much. How are you doing, AJ?
Yeah. AJ is doing very panicked by this evening because as soon as I saw that storm come on, I was like, no, I'm going to have one of these shows. It's 8 o'clock. I'm half asleep and I'm not going to do very well this evening. No, I'm going to have a video.
Going to get lost in the clouds somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be lost in the clouds. It's going to get caught. It's not. We're going to do it. So this evening, okay, so I've already told Spencer what he's going to be challenged with this evening. And we are like everybody else. We are going to empty his pockets out a bit later on during the show. But before we empty his pockets, we need to know more about this talented musician. Now, I sent that out before today's show, and we sent the bio out, and there's lots of fans of Spencer's over there who has basically been commenting on his posts and basically said, we know a little bit about him before we come on. But actually, this is the first time that we've got Spencer on. Now, I've got some of his music lined up for the show this evening, and you are in for a treat. Absolutely amazing music. And for a Sunday evening, I tell you what, put your cup of coffee away, get yourself a drink. I'll tell you what, this man's music is going to get you smiling, going to get you rocking, going to get you dancing, okay? Absolutely fantastic music. So before I let you go with one of his songs, I'm going to give you a little bit of a snapshot before Spencer tells us all about his journey into music. So as we see from his bio, he is a multi-award winning singer-songwriter from Tennessee. And also a big part of his company, Avalon Records, in relation to supporting indie artists, is a big part of his musical world. Like a lot of us indie artists, the collaboration is a big part of our heart in the indie world. We're there for each other. We're there to collaborate, but we're also there to make great music together. Spencer's a part of the International Singer-Songwriters Association and has also been put up for awards this year. And we will talk to Spencer about the multitude of awards that he's embarrassing me with, because if he goes up on stage for that many awards that he's going to win, I think his family's going to need to have a limo to get them home because he's up for that many awards.
I don't know about all that.
Well, I tell you what, I think your wife's probably quite annoyed with you anyway, because your Facebook page is just one long list of Grammy, ISSA, red carpets, it just goes on and on and on. So I think in your house, I think your wife's basically saying, do you know what, those 7 nominees, I hope he only gets one, because I've got no room to put another trophy.
Right. Yeah, we've got to rent out a storage unit.
You got very, yeah. Well, I think so. Yeah. I know you've got a very talented family as well, because I bet they're sort of, oh, Dad, for God's sake, not another one. What have you brought home now? So you've got a lovely family. That's one of the things that have really come across. We are a family here at One Life, and it's really heartwarming to see musicians with their families. Spending family time at the pumpkin patch. What's that? Spencer. Come on, seriously. It was really hard to try and find some dirt on Spencer Ezell in terms of his life outside of music. And then all of a sudden, it's Spencer sitting in the pumpkin patch for his daughters. Is that a yearly thing? Tell us about the pumpkin patch.
It is. You don't have any pumpkins in the UK?
Well, I do, but on your Facebook page, it was surrounded by music, and there's you and the kids just sitting in a pumpkin patch. I'm thinking, random. I'm going to ask him straight away, what's that all about?
Yeah. If you go through my Facebook page, you're going to see my family, you're going to see my church, and you're going to see my music. That's pretty much it. That's the most important things to me, for sure. Yeah, the pumpkin patch is something that there's a local family here nearby, and there's different variations of that. But the one that we attend, they do grow their own pumpkins there and sell them for Halloween and fall and all of that. And they have like different sweet shops and foods you can eat there. They have different activities for the kids to participate in. So it really is fun.
Cool. I'm not into pumpkin myself. It's just too messy. We do have pumpkins over here when it comes to Halloween, but trying to scoop them out, I just remember as a kid.
Yeah.
I must have a bit of autism or something, but
we like to paint them too.
Do mess. Yeah, paint. Yeah, definitely. In all of October, we're going to have a scream. I'll tell you what, last October on One Life, it was absolutely amazing to see all the indie artist videos. I'll tell you what, Bo Hoss, if you're listening, I'm still hiding behind my sofa at night times because of your Halloween video. And I haven't forgotten, I tell you, after he sent it through to me. So, he was as scary as anything. Go on to Bo Hoss's website and Facebook page and go and have a look at his Halloween. I'll tell you what, I was scared. I really was. It wasn't nice. Anyway,
well, how about this?
So,
I'm not... maybe this October, on this October, you can have me back on the show, and I'll just stream live from the pumpkin patch, and then you can experience it.
That would be great. We will have a Halloween special in the pumpkin patch. Spencer, I'm keeping you to that. Okay. So this year, ladies and gentlemen, we will be doing a very first live show from the pumpkin patch with Spencer Ezell. Okay. So it will be one night for charity for the whole night. He's going to sit in a pumpkin patch, and we're all going to just listen to music.
Yeah, there we go. We'll wait for the great pumpkin to arrive.
24 hours in the pumpkin patch. Spencer, you've done it now, mate. You're just sitting in there. We're just going to leave you there for 24 hours. You're going to dress up as a pumpkin and sit there for 24 hours.
There we go.
Anyway, I'm not going to tell you much about Spencer's journey, because after this song, he's going to tell you about his journey. I'll tell you what, we're going to keep the Halloween theme going. We are going to have his first song called Ghost. Tell us about Ghost. Tell us how it come about, and tell us why this is such a great song, which I absolutely love.
Thank you so much. Well, Ghost is actually, it's one of those rare moments where I sat down with a guitar one night and was just playing around. And believe it or not, this entire song, the lyrics, the vocal melody, the structure, everything came together in about 30 minutes. So there's some songs, as you know, that you start on, you have an idea, you work on it for a few days, couple of weeks, it comes together, you add things, you cut things. And then sometimes it's almost like it's a song that's gift wrapped and just given to you. And that's kind of how this song came about. And basically what it's talking about is the ghost of your former self seeing what you have become and trying, it's actually haunting you and trying to bring you back to where you were. So it's one of those, what have you become, type songs.
Brilliant. I don't want my ghost from former past coming back to see me now. I'd rather him not. I'd rather him stay where he is. Okay, so Ghost, absolutely great song. You're going to really love it, everyone, because I have really loved the song. It's one of my songs of the year. Okay, so Spencer, Ezell, and Ghost.
Feels like I'm losing you through my fingertips, holding tight to echoes of me, but I've lost all grip. A cracked mirror, seeing myself in broken dreams. Ghost of the man.
Love it. I've got chills I love that track. Absolutely love that. Spencer, you were saying about like, how could you help one life at the beginning of the show? One of my dreams is actually to do a rock song. I don't think I've ever done rock. I think all the years that I've been singing, I have not covered rock. I think I've covered every single genre apart from rock. I was writing my bio because I'm going on a podcast very soon for me to be interviewed, and now I'm not used to that. I'm used to doing the interview. But I was writing my bio and I was thinking, I don't think I've done a rock original. I've sort of missed that era. Now, I am doing a few this year already. I've done a rap one already with one of the international singer-songwriters artists, which is coming out next month. I've never done rap before. First rap song. I'm this month going to be doing something with the amazing Bo Hoss, and we're going to big band. But when it comes to rock song, I've never done it. Now, I tell you, you've got the voice for rock. Come on, that is an amazing voice, and it sounds amazing. Was it always rock for you when you were going through your music journey, right? When you were starting, or was it something different?
Yeah, I would say my bread and butter is rock music. That's kind of where I've always grounded myself. I have ventured out. I've done a lot of, I guess, pop rock. I've actually did a contemporary country, kind of like a pop country EP, just a few years ago. So I like to listen to everything. You're talking about rap, rock, country, jazz, even like scores for movies. I enjoy listening to that.
Okay.
Video game music. I mean, I'm not partial to anything, but rock has always been, I would say, my bread and butter. That's what my true love, for sure.
That Go single has got to be approached by a movie. Have you been approached by anyone for the movie scene for that single? Because I can really see that being on a movie somewhere.
I think so. Yeah, I really do.
I don't know, like listeners out there who are listening to tonight's show, put in the comments what you think. Do you really think that could fit into a really cool live movie? I think it could. I could hear that in a movie, and
like an ending scene, or even going into the credits. I think that would be a good song for that.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. We'll sell it. I'll tell you, if there's anyone at Netflix watching, probably not, but if there is anyone at Netflix watching, Spencer wants his Go song on a Netflix like original. I just think that'd be absolutely awesome, But it is that sort of song. We've got some great indie artists on One Live Scene and the International Singer-Songwriters Association, and I'll tell you what, there are a few people out there who dabble in the movie, scene and things like that, Romeo and Juliet and things like that. So pick up Spencer's song and see where we can place it. But Spencer, in relation to your music journey, I started at the tender years of 9 years old, being in the school choir. How old was you when you started?
That's funny because I was 10, maybe 11, and I started in our school music program as well. Our music program stopped at 5th grade, so just elementary school. So when I was in the 5th grade, my music teacher put on a play where the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade did Disney movies. So 3rd grade did Little Mermaid, 4th grade did The Beauty and the Beast, and 5th grade did Aladdin. And Aladdin was actually my favorite Disney movie at the time.
That's my favorite as well. We've got something in common, Spencer, already. Aladdin was my favorite. I love Aladdin. You can't beat Aladdin, especially the Will Smith version. Actually, no, come on, Spencer, answer me this one.
Okay.
Will Smith, or the other originals. Which one's better? First one or the second one? Will Smith done good, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably a generational thing. If I were to ask my daughter which one's better, she's going to say Will Smith because that's what she's seen. But for me, the original is always going to be the MVP for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great film. But I done Grease when I was going through my school. I wasn't doing Aladdin or anything like that. So to go from Aladdin and Disney to go to rock, that's a pretty big change. When did you get in the rock scene then?
Well, I mean, just to put a cap on that story, what she did was she cast 2 Aladdins. So you had the street rat, and then you had the Prince Aladdin. And of course, the Prince Aladdin sings A Whole New World with Jasmine. So that's what I was cast to sing. And singing was not even really anything I thought about or aspired to do. And she just encouraged me because she said I had a nice voice. And then she actually pulled me out of class the following year even though we didn't have a music program, and wanted me to sing at a Veterans Day program. She said, "Are you still singing? I mean, you should." And I said, "No, I'm not really." She said, "Well, I think you should keep doing that because you're really good at it. You should do something with that." But as far as
Who was
transitioning,
Spencer? Spencer, who was you when you was little? When you was growing up in school, what was you like? What was you wanting to do? When I was little, 10 years old, and it's never going to happen because at the end of the day, I'm short and dumpy. I wanted to be an aircraft pilot. I wanted to be in an F-16 and blowing all the houses up in the wars. It's never going to happen for me. Was you wanting to be a musician, or did you want to do something else?
well, if you're talking about 10 years old, I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle, but I think you're thinking about something later, right?
Ninja Turtle. Okay, so work-wise, as you go through teenage, get off the Ninja Turtle. I've got you dressed up in an Aladdin outfit, a Ninja Turtle outfit.
How many more curveballs is he going to throw?
Yeah, exactly.
What is this guy going to say next?
Church that you belong to. Yeah, exactly. So going on to being in your teenage years, what was it like in your teenage years? Was it music or was it something else?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, actually, I remember being about 12 years old or so. I wanted to be an astronomer because I'm one of those, guys that gets out in the backyard with a telescope, and I can tell you what that planet is, what that constellation is. But someone told me along the way that I would have to go to college for several years. I'd have to take a lot of difficult math courses. And I was like, I think singing and playing guitar is going to be a lot more fun than math. And I only have to count to 4.
I don't know.
So,
Guitar's hard. I've never played the guitar. I've always, Spencer, I can see all those guitars behind you, and I'm dead jealous. I'm dyslexic, okay? Probably where I mess up with all my words. But I see those guitars behind you. I think throughout my music career for 30 years, and I've done X Factor and God knows what, at the end of the day, every time I go and buy a new guitar, I give up after a month because I can't do it. I'm like, I'll just get someone else to do it for me. Record the track. It's not easy.
Right.
So I think I'd rather take maths.
well, I started, I think it was probably about 12, 13 when I discovered the guitar. It's just something I wanted to do. I had a friend of mine that was playing bass with a couple of his friends, and I thought that might be kind of fun because, the music teacher said I could sing, so why not? And that's about the time I started falling in love with music. I'm an 80s kid, but I grew up in the 90s. So that's when my teens and preteens were. So, of course, you had the grunge, you had the post-grunge in the late 90s. That's what I grew up in the middle of. So that's a lot of the stuff I started learning and falling in love with. But then again, my dad had his records, Boston, Elton John, Electric Light Orchestra. I was like, wow, this stuff is great too. And my mom loved the 80s hair metal and the synth pop and all of that. So I had a really good rounded education. I just loved it all, and I still do.
That must have been great in your household. Your dad's listening to Elton John and you've got heavy metal on in your bedroom. Did you ever get to listen to it? Or did your dad just say, will you turn that music down?
No, he never said that. I'm grateful for that. He let me be pretty expressive. And what's funny is he bought my first guitar for me. And back then we had VHS tapes, and he had a couple of tapes of somebody kind of instructing you how to play a few things. And he said, yeah, I'll get it for you. You'll probably be tired of it in a couple of weeks anyway, And here I am almost 30 years later, still playing. So he was such a great support. And he heard me when I was terrible. And then after a couple of years, he's like, wow, you're really getting good at that. So.
Cool, brilliant. So in relation to coming on to the indie scene, can you remember your first gig? Where were you?
Wow, the very first gig I had, I would think I was 15. And the town that I grew up in is a small West Tennessee town. They had a festival every year, and they would sometimes have musical artists. Sometimes it was karaoke. So it was me and a couple of friends. We played that. It was terrible, but it was my first time. And I would say after that, it was just honing my craft, getting better and better until I was about 18, 19 years old. I started hitting some open mics there in the area and joined my first rock band. And I would say probably around the age of 19 or 20, I started to get pretty decent at songwriting. I'd kind of got over the hump of as far as being the beginner to actually kind of knowing what I was doing. So that's kind of where it all started as far as the rock music goes.
Good. And I'll tell you what, on tonight's show, everybody's read your bio, mister. Everybody follows you like mad, you know, in terms of where you've been, all those awards. You know, I was jesting in relation to, you know, filling out the shelves ready for your awards for 2025. But, you know, I wasn't really jesting. I think you need another extension on your house, you know, in relation to the Grammys, in relation to the red carpets. You know, we're all doing it this year. I'm finding I'm getting on that trip of entering all these award shows. I keep getting the emails from everyone. And I think once you get the bug for it, not just the awards, and then it isn't just about like going for the awards, it's actually meeting new people around the world. And I think that's what indie music does the best in terms of collaboration. And these award shows do help us meet some absolutely amazing people. Before we go into these award shows, before we go into the International Singer-Songwriter Association, we are going to talk a little bit about your charity that you wanted to just chat to everybody about. While you do that, I'm going to set up your next song, and you're going to tell everybody out there a little bit about the Jude Hospital that you support, that you sent over to us. So tell everybody a bit about the hospital and why you support them.
The St. Jude Children's Hospital, they make it possible for those with low income or without any income insurance that have children that are sick. They're able to pay their medical bills for them. That's always something I've supported. There's several businesses you'll notice as you go along. They'll ask you, hey, do you want to round up your purchase to donate to St. Jude's? I know that Walmart over here, they donate to the Children's Hospital once a month. They have places where you can put money. So that's always something I've done and try to contribute every way that I can. Actually, the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital here in Nashville, you can actually sign up as a musician to go play for sick kids and stuff that are there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's not something I've done. I've thought about doing. But there's an opportunity there.
Well, stop thinking about and get on with it. Right. Spencer Ezell, One Life Challenge this year. Okay, we do this, and you'll get used to us. Okay, One Life Challenge is we do put down on the break. So if you hear these sort of things, we say, right, One Life Challenge. Your One Life Challenge is go and sing for those kids. Okay, get that guitar out and go and put a smile on their face this year. Okay, don't you be telling me that you haven't done it. That's the sort of thing you should have done straight away. Go do it. It'd be absolutely. I'll tell you what, they would love your voice. You've got a great sense of humor. You know, you've got a great loving family. You're very much of a family man. And I'll tell you what, those kids would absolutely benefit, you know, going through what they go through, actually listening to that amazing voice of yours. Don't hide it, mister. Go and cheer them up, make them smile. You know, that'd be absolutely brilliant. But, you know, it sounds a brilliant organization. So, how did you come across that organization? Did you just find them on a website and think, actually, I really like that charity? Or did you have any close connections to them?
No personal connections. Again, just being out and about and seeing that name everywhere. They're also one of those organizations. They'll send you like return address stickers that you can put on your envelopes, just to kind of, I guess, for awareness, and then you can set up donations through that. I've known some people that they have different marathons that you can go run, and all the proceeds are donated to that hospital as well. So anything to help sick kids, you know, as you said, you know, I'm such a family man. I've always been close to my children, and just the thought of those struggling or hurting or scared or wanting to go home, it's always been a part of my heart to do whatever I can, small or large, you know, to help in that way.
Okay, so the two girls that you've got at home are now sitting watching this show, and they're saying, right, Dad, after the show, we are going to be contacting that hospital. We're going to be arranging a benefit gig or CD, and we're going to be supporting that. But anyway, look, at the end of the day, you brought it to us. We will share it with the world. We will put those details on how we can support that hospital. And you never know, Spencer, your charity of the month may come up on Friday. We're going to be getting to know a lot more about them for the rest of the month. You know, we'll put it on the wheel. And at the end of the day, if it gets chosen. But yeah, we'll get that information out to everybody. And yeah, it sounds an absolute great charity who Spencer's going to be spending quite a lot of time with after the show. He's going to be doing something for them at least. So anyway, I'll tell you what. Challenge accepted. Well, I'll tell you what, Spencer, I was going to play your next record, but, you know, you made me feel as though it weren't worth getting out of bed for. You know, you've turned around to me and said, you know about this great charity, but you haven't helped them yet. I'll tell you what, just because of that, and you haven't helped them, I'm going to empty your pockets before your next song. Okay, so we are going to do your game show, and we're going to empty your pockets. But I'll tell you what, I think you're going to actually not pay me much tonight. I think you're going to actually turn around, and I think you're going to get this really easy. So this week we have been doing quizzes, okay? So we have got a quiz for you on your specialized subject. I have been delving on your Facebook. Just wait for a moment, because what's coming up next you're going to know a lot about, and I really am not feeling confident about getting any money from you today. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. This is your specialized subject chosen out of your Facebook page. And ladies and gentlemen, it is this. Did it come up yet? No. There you go. Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Spencer, from being in Aladdin and wearing tights, from God knows Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, from working in church, sitting in a pumpkin patch, and then I look through your thing and it's like about Spencer and it comes up with WCW 1998 to 2002. Did you just have a gap period where it's like, oh, do you know what? I'm going to put the wrestling on TV and fall in love with it.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, I was a big 90s wrestling fan for sure.
Do you still watch wrestling?
No, I do listen to some of the podcasts of some of the characters from back in the day, but I don't watch any modern stuff really, unless it's maybe a snippet here or there on YouTube that might be related to something else.
Excellent. Do you know what? I love this because I've had two of my artists, big wrestling fans. If you talk to Rich Banks, he gave it the big one that he was a wrestling coach and he knows everything about wrestling. So I thought I'd challenge him and do a wrestling quiz, and he didn't get one right. And he turned around to me and he goes, "That's not wrestling. WWE's not wrestling. It's fake wrestling. That's not real wrestling." And I was like, look, I said, you coach young boys wrestling who are going to ask you if you watch Monday Night Raw. So you've got to know something. And he knew nothing. And we ended up between him and also, his fellow artists, we took £10 off them all, So it's like, yeah, brilliant. So anyway, this is basically theme tunes from the wrestling guys, okay, at WCW. It will play their theme tune for 20 seconds, and then you've got to guess the wrestler, okay? Okay. I'm going to go behind the scenes. I shall play you the first one, see if you can guess the first one, and then we'll go from there, okay?
All right, I'm ready.
Right, okay, let's see if you can hear it first.
No chance, that's what you got.
Right, could you hear it?
Yes, I hear it.
Right, okay, so I'll play you the rest of it. You've got to tell me the name of the wrestler. We're going to do 10 wrestlers at $2 each. For every wrestler you get wrong, you give the Tim Tabau Foundation $2, okay? Here we go.
What against a machine too strong? Pretty politicians buying souls for run song puppets. Won't find their place in line.
So, who is that entrance song?
Vince McMahon.
Oh, it's got to be Vince McMahon. Come on, I knew you would get that one.
That was an easy one.
So the first one was a bit of a test, but then the rest of them will give you pictures. Who is that entrance song for?
That is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Rattlesnake himself, Stone Cold. That's an easy one as well.
The Undertaker.
There it is, The Undertaker. Dead man himself. What are they going to bring us next? They're going to bring us around the world tour. And also an advert. Thanks, YouTube. We don't want your advert. Thank you. Go away.
I thought Grammarly just fixed.
Here we go. Song 3.
it, don't have to hide.
Go for it.
Let me tell you something, brother. That was hook 'em in, you Hulk Hogan, dude.
And I tell you what, and even that's brilliant, brilliant, great. I love it, great character. They weren't using drama. Yes, it was Hulkamania. Yeah, dude. Tell you about it, brother.
That's right, little
Top
dude.
4. Who's that one?
I can't stop singing. Sorry. Is that Kurt Angle?
Ah, you suck. You suck. That's what I've got in my head. Every time I watch Kurt Angle come through, I used to sing that in the crowd when I was watching as a kid. I used to hate Kurt Angle. Yes, it was Kurt Angle. Number 5. Oh, this is going to be a harder one, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm going to get you this one.
Yeah, that is
You know
hard.
who it is?
Not really. Is that Grandmaster Sexay?
Grandmaster Sexay. I love the way you said it. Grandmaster Sexay. Is it Grandmaster Sexay? No, it's too cool.
Oh, I was close. One of the members.
First $2. We have our first $2. Okay, who's that one?
That's one of my favorite wrestlers, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Bret the Hitman Hart. I'm sure it's Bret the Hitman Hart. Let's see if it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, do you know what? Actually, you're very good at this. You can tell you've got wrestling knowledge. Rich Banks, if you're watching tonight's show, this man is completely undone you already. Okay, he's only got one wrong out of 7 at the moment. I'm impressed. And he's also done the accents to wrestlers as well. Very impressive, young man. Very impressed. Okay, song 7. Let's see if we can catch you out.
Chris
I've already
Jericho.
give you that one. So Chris Jericho, it just went on to it. But what a great wrestler he was. Okay, but I think you would have got that one. That was too easy. Okay, let's keep going. He was a 90s wrestler. He was good. Okay, you got that one?
Yeah, I think you got me on that one. I'm just going to guess. Jeff Hardy?
Go on then. Jeff Hardy. It was the Hardy Boys. It was Matt and Jeff Hardy.
That was a complete
Actually,
guess.
I'll tell you what. No, weren't that Matt's, not Jeff's? It was the Hardy Boys, weren't it? And you gave me who did you give me?
Jeff. Yeah, Jeff Hardy.
You gave me Jeff Hardy. I'm taking $1 for that one because it wasn't. It was the Hardy Boys. They come out together, so I'm having $1 out of you for that one. Okay,
That's good.
so you've got it wrong.
The two that I've missed, I guessed at least one of the members anyway.
Oh, come on. If you don't get this one, I'm taking 3.
That's got to be Kane!
That is Kane, the big red monster himself. Do you know what? We're on song 10. Okay, you're a gambling man.
Woo. I'm ready.
Are you a gambling man? Are you a gambling man? Okay, so for
Possibly.
the Tim Tabauer Foundation, song 10, if you get this one wrong, will be $3 instead of $2, okay? Because it's your last question, okay? So it's been an easy game show for you. We haven't done very well. Sorry, Tim Tabauer. This man knows he's wrestling, okay? So here we go. Let's hope we can get another $3 out of him for this one. I tell you what, I didn't deliberately make that hard. I've not even gone through all of the questions on the wrestling quiz. So that's hard.
Well, I gotta say, from Aladdin to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to wrestling, no, it's not hard. That's Yokozuna.
Oh, no way. Come on. It's Yokozuna. Look, we could be playing that all night, everybody. I'll tell you what, we literally have done the worst we have ever done with any of our shows. Spencer Ezell, if you ever need a team member for your quiz night and there's WWE come out, Spencer's your man, okay? Oh my God, I'll tell you what. Sweet. And also done the actions of the characters as well. Spencer, brilliant, mate. I actually enjoyed that. Fantastic. As I said, $2. Okay, we're not going to do much with that. And I'm sure Major Resolve is actually sitting there tonight going, oh my God, at the end of the week.
AJ's like, I'm never inviting this guy. I'm never inviting this guy again. This is it.
Spencer, after you come back after 6 months, I'll tell you what, I'm making sure your quiz is the hardest quiz I've ever done on a game show. And I won't be putting WWE questions in it because I won't get nothing out of you. I'll tell you what,
no
Spencer,
wrestling, no Ninja Turtles, nothing.
No Aladdin, no nothing. I'll tell you what, Spencer, these are just jests. They're just game shows. They're a bit of fun, a bit of way of helping Major Resolve out. And I'll tell you what, Spencer, Major Resolve has done really well this month. We already have £250 to the Tim Tabauer Foundation. Your $2
Wow.
adds into that pot. We have got a week left. And, I think the indie artists this month have been particularly amazing, especially considering it's Christmas and it's a really hard month. And none of us have got any money because we're spending it on our kids and, Christmas dinners and God knows what else. But you've all dig deep in your pockets and given absolutely really generously. So thank you. Thanks for doing that for me. It was absolutely great fun.
I'm glad to be a part of it.
So anyway, good. Before we look at 2025 and some of your best bits in 2024, I just say to you right at the beginning when I was looking for your Facebook site in terms of your family and things like that, you are a family man. You do spend your time in church. Your Facebook page is full of love, full of joy, full of support. That's not just your music indie artists, but that's your community where you live. And, that's a really lovely thing to see, and your girls must love spending time with their dad. You've Christmas photos where you've all got the same jumper. I love a good Christmas jumper, especially when everyone else has got the same Christmas jumper on it. It was real cheesy photo that was. It was just like you're all blended in really well. It's absolutely lovely. But in your house, outside of away from music, sitting in a pumpkin patch, you get time to yourself away from writing songs?
I would say I definitely make time for sure. And believe it or not, a lot of the better songs I've ever written kind of just come to me. Usually it's just like a chorus melody for a song. I'll be humming it. It's not rare to see me grab the voice recorder on my phone and start humming the vocal melody into it. Okay, I'll save that for later. Or I might come home, I'll jump out of the car, run and grab my guitar and start figuring this out. Okay, yeah, that's a C, that's a D, and record that. So I've found sometimes if I sit down and I'm really trying to write something, it's either not that great or it sounds too close to something that I've done before. So honestly, a lot of it is it just kind of comes to me and I build upon that. So very grateful for that.
That's good. So do your girls lock you in the garage? Are you a typical dad musician where the teenage girls locks you in the garage and says, "Dad, stop playing your music. We're trying to get on with our homework." Or do they enjoy your music? Are they at your gigs that you go to?
Yes, yeah. My wife and my children have been my biggest supporters the whole time. So it's been wonderful. Yeah, for sure.
They've got to be. It's great music. If that was my family, I'm sure my kids would love that music as well. You've got an amazing voice. You've got a great array of different types of music. You aren't just rock music. Very much love of jazz as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to hear some of your jazz music. You've got to send me some of that because I bet there's some absolute great tracks.
You know what else I like, AJ?
Okay, go for it.
Wrestling theme songs. Those are really good too.
Yeah, I bet they are. Yeah, I bet they are really good. I'm not talking to you about the wrestling theme songs. I'm not happy with you tonight.
We've moved past that, okay? We've moved past it.
Move past it. Move past it. The Tim Tabell Foundation. I'll tell you what, I heard about him. One of our guests actually got to meet Tim Tabell on a Navy ship, and he was saying he's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Spencer, don't keep bragging about the fact that you haven't emptied your pockets tonight, because if actually Tim does meet you, apparently he's a big player. He's like 6.5 foot tall, and I wouldn't mess with him, I'll tell you.
He might be the size of one of those wrestlers.
He might very well be. He'd be like, "Spencer Ezell, I saw you on One Life and you haven't emptied your pockets yet." And he'd be like standing over the top of you looking like this. And I'll tell you a little bit more, Spencer. His wife comes from Joburg. My fiance comes from Johannesburg as well. They're the most scariest females there are in the world when it comes to toughness. I wouldn't mess with my missus, I'll tell you. So if you don't get Tim, you're going to get his missus after you as well to empty your pocket. So no more bragging about the music. We're coming towards the end of our show, but I want to know a little bit more about last year and this year. So can you give me 3 highlights from 2024? What are your 3 favorite moments of 2024?
Oh, wow. We're talking musically?
Musically. Yeah,
I would say the top 3. One for sure would be the release of my EP, I'm Fine, How Are You? That was the first EP that I did with my buddy CJ Moeller, who produced that. We're a 2-man team. This new album is me playing all of the instruments, singing all of the songs, and then he mixes and masters it. So we're just a 2-man team just knocking out this stuff. And that EP actually won a Josie Music Award for EP Rock and Pop Rock of the Year back in October. So you talk about just an amazing moment as an indie artist. My grandparents were bluegrass and country singer-songwriters, and my grandmother's dream would have been just to be at the Grand Ole Opry. And for me to be able to win that award at the Grand Ole Opry, be able to stand in the circle and be on that stage was just an amazing moment. She passed away in 2018, so she didn't get to see it in person, but I know that she was watching over me and there in spirit.
She was watching.
And her grandson made it,
Yeah, definitely. She was watching, and we know that, and we know that our family members, when they're not with us, they're listening to our music. They're watching us from above. They're proud of every single thing we do. To go into the Grand Ole Opry, geez, what an honor. All of us musicians dream of playing in that place, and dream of cracking an award from that place. And, I see it on the billboard on your Facebook site, and it must be just a dream to know that your music, but you've put in the effort, you've put in the hard graft, you've put in the work, and at the end of the day, you've missed something out. You talk about like your own music. It's a support and collaboration to other artists. Now, we have got time to mention this because you have got your own brand of music to support indie artists. for those indie artists who are coming through One Life, we have talked about this in relation to the music school, but we will be introducing you to record labels. We will be introducing you to people like Spencer, who will support and help you as an indie artist get into the music industry. And you've got a great organization going, and I don't know where you find time away from all that great music as well, but you've got something that you can, add in terms of supporting others. So, tell us a little bit about that and how that all sort of come about, and how that can help and develop future indie artists.
Yeah, I thought about starting a record label in some sense for many years, but wasn't sure how I was going to do it. I know there are plenty of companies out there that'll say, hey, this is our prices, you pay us and we'll do this. And sometimes that can be hundreds of dollars, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And you don't have the money as an indie artist to do that. So my business model basically came to just helping those that are up and coming. They don't know much about branding. I can design merchandise and distribute it through our online store. I'm pretty good at designing websites. So I can do one-page landing pages, almost like an EPK for artists. I'm talking to one right now that doesn't know much about distribution. They know about distribution 20 or 30 years ago, but not necessarily how it all works now. So I can offer that. And again, it's not a lot of money. It's not anything that I'm going to depend to feed my family on, but it is a way to build a community of different artists that encourage each other. Kind of almost like the ISSA, but just a much smaller scale. And I can help give some of my expertise as far as booking and branding and merchandising and that kind of thing. And then we can all just lift each other up.
Brilliant. Do you know what? I'm going to be picking your brains after the show, because I've been trying to get websites set up for One Life for ages. I'm useless when it comes to websites. So I'll be picking your brains after the show. You can help me out with a website. That's great. I wanted to mention that because I think, people just think that we get up on a stage and sing some songs, we make a CD, but actually there's a lot more to an independent artist. And I think if you go and listen to all of the shows on One Life, you will really find out the life of an indie artist is 24/7, 7 days a week. It's not just because we love music so much. It's almost like a drug, isn't it? We always love being able to produce something new, whether that's a track or whether that's a collaboration with a new artist. It keeps us up 24/7, 7 days a week. But coming into 2025, hopefully, fingers crossed, GoFundMe down there, everybody. I'm just going to mention it now. I'm coming to Atlanta, okay? The ISSA Awards are coming up this year. We are coming to Atlanta live and proud on August the 23rd. We have got a date, everyone. Okay, so put it in your diaries. Okay, hopefully you'll see Spencer, Ezell, and also AJ from One Life going over to Atlanta, firing a few marshmallows around a fire pit, forgetting that we're actually going to the awards. So sorry, Tammany. I've heard about the party from last year, and I think we're all going to just stay on the party this year. We might come over to the award show, pop our heads in, but it looks like it's a big party anyway. But, Spencer, 2025 is a big year for you. 7 awards that you're going up for this year. What's the categories you're going up for?
Hold on, I can bring that up.
Oh, he's got the list just in front of him, just in case it come up.
just in case.
He's got it on his mobile. Just in case he mentioned it, he's got it on his mobile, everyone. He hasn't got it on a bit of paper. He's got to put his glasses on because it's so big.
That's right. Yeah, I have to be able to read all the fine print here. So,
ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know Spencer's new album, go for it. Go on,
yeah, entertainer of the year, vocalist of the year, album of the year, single of the year, songwriter of the year, musician of the year, and music video of the year. So that's 7.
Fantastic.
Oh.
Well, I hope podcasts. He's got another one. Go on.
Oh, and I forgot to mention wrestling theme song hero of the year also.
You're not getting an award for that one. You're not having it. No, you're not. You're not having it.
I'm adding that one. I'm going to email Tammy when we get off here.
No, Tammy and Dimitri, if you're listening, can you make sure that that's not on the list? And can you also make sure that I don't sit next to Spencer, because I'm not going to have any space to sit when he gets all his awards. Okay, so I want to sit next to, I don't know, Dimitri. Dimitri's won all the awards he can get, so he can't win anymore. So I'm sitting next to Dimitri this year. So I've got a space to sit next to him. I'm not sitting next to Spencer because he's going to have too many awards. So I won't have anywhere to sit. What else is coming up in 2025? Tours? Have we got tours? Have we got anything lined up that people can go and see your music?
I'm actually in the beginnings of a new band that I was invited into. And it's going to be an opportunity for us to collaborate, write some new songs, and we'll actually be doing some of my songs off this new album. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be a new experience for me. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, the ISSA Awards in August, I plan on being there. I did submit some more nominations for the Josie Music Awards again this year, so I'm hoping to be there. And then I was nominated for 9 different awards at the Red Carpet Awards over in Amsterdam, the Netherlands. I will not be flying out to the Netherlands for that, but I will be watching online for sure.
I tell you what, if you win all of them, you can't fly to Netherlands anyway because the plane will be like this. It won't take off.
Can you imagine getting through baggage claim with all that?
We'll have to put Hulk Hogan on the front seat so it levels out.
We're going to need some wrestlers to carry all those. They'll be pretty heavy.
Hey, do you know what, Spencer? You are an absolute amazing man. You are an absolute great guest. Absolute great music. You know, we will keep in contact through International Singer-Songwriters Association. Your friends and family will keep in contact with you for all of you. You've got amazing friends and family. You've got amazing supporters. You know, in terms of getting to know where your music, for those who don't support you yet, but they will do after the show because they'll be running after you, emptying your pockets. You know, is it literally everywhere we can find you at the Grammys, all the award shows? If someone who doesn't know what the award shows is, where else can they find your music?
Best thing to do would just go to spencerezell.com. That's the main hub that'll send you to the YouTube page. I'm pretty active on the YouTube page. I've got new music videos coming out. I do a series called Legacy Tracks, where I pick older songs that were maybe released a long time ago, some that were unreleased, some that you've never heard. And I do that once a week. So it's kind of a look back. So yeah, I'm streaming on all the major sites, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, everywhere. So you can look me up. It's not hard to
things that we don't mention because we don't get no money from them, so we just don't mention them that much. Anyway, you know where to find Spencer. He will be on the YouTube video that will go out this evening if you missed tonight's show, okay? We will make sure that Spencer's hospital will also put out, because that's something that I think is going to be absolutely fantastic. Let's all do as a favor. The One Life Challenge was set this evening, okay? So if you're a friend or you're a family member, make sure you get Spencer over to that hospital to play some of his great music to the kids, okay? And we'll even get a CD out, okay? At the end of the day, that hospital deserves it, okay? The Tim DeBale Foundation, I want to thank you for 3 weeks of absolute comedy and mayhem and music, and also great charity and great support in relation to your videos that you've shared with us over the past 3 weeks. We are with you for another week. We've got 1 week left with you, but we've got some more great guests coming up. We've got 4 more guests before we come off of this great foundation, great association. Do you want to know who's coming up on Tuesday?
Yeah, absolutely.
Such enthusiasm. Yeah, go on. Just tell us about it. Okay, so on Tuesday night, everybody, we have got a returning guest, a returning artist all the way from the UK. Look him up. Absolutely amazing man. Great singer. We have got Fairweather Sun coming up on Tuesday night. If you haven't heard his music, check back 6 months ago when we were doing One Life. 6 months ago, he was on our show then, but he's had 6 months to actually go out and do some more great tours, some more great music, and he's going to tell us all about what he's been up to for the past 6 months. So Spencer, after 6 months, you're going to be doing exactly the same, and we're going to be making sure that the quiz show is music artists of the 1920s. Okay?
I'll start boning up right now then. It better not be Ninja Turtles trivia. I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
I was thinking about that. Okay, it was fancy dress, actually. No, it wasn't. Anyway, Spencer, you've been a great guest. I've really enjoyed your company. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the fantastic, multi-award winning singer-songwriter, Spencer Ezell, everyone. Give him a round of applause. Imagine he won from me because I'm sitting on my own and no one else is here. We'll see you soon. We'll see you on Tuesday night. Take good care, everyone. See you later.
Thank you so much for having me, AJ.
You're welcome.